Hey guys, it's Tartan coming at you with another game of Total War 3 Kingdoms. We're fighting against Yuan Shao here, our old enemy. We made peace with him one time, and that was a mistake he immediately turned on us against. It was a real pearls before swine moment. And consider us rent, right? But things are going to change now. He's brought a couple real fighters here, plus a quite good strategist. Of course, we have... I know, Luke. It's actually really good. Mine, anyway, not his. Also, good morning. I had to have the trebs to knock holes in the walls, otherwise we couldn't win sieges, right? So, a couple of crossbows seemed fine, and, you know, we might cut them out eventually, actually. Just cause. But when we were fighting, like, all these warriors of you and stuff, I was like, you know, that's okay. But... Hey Chin, how are you? We do have a couple of fire arrows there, and then we'll just go... Here, they're not going to be able to get onto us anyway. Of course they won't. And we're just dropping the... crossbows. That's where we want all of the damage going, is onto the vanguard crossbows in the back. Because they're pretty nasty. And they represent the biggest threat to my continued skirmish lines. Yuan Shao, you want to throw down? I don't think we want to do that. Actually, yes, we definitely do. Alright, let's just, we tried this before and he almost killed us, right? But things will be different now. Yeah, things will be different now. We'll be okay. This is not, like, smart, but we're just gonna wait for him to show up here. And there, we've got that, and then we'll just engage her here. And here, go ahead and spin off a couple of them here, and she'll be totally fine to get it. Yeah, because these guys, you know, they can't put up to our amazing damage there, right? And then Gongsun Zan already wins, and yeah, so does Zhao Yun. Yeah, there you go. It was a great choice, actually. All right, yep. What a magnificent performance. In a previous battle, it was before we got Elemental Vigor, but yeah, we definitely got super messed up in a duel against Zhang He with Zhao Yun, but he traded about 20,000 of our HP for a very small amount of his. But all right, and now they are carved up, and their ranged units are largely en route due to the punishing fire of the trebuchets. And now we're just going to go ahead and go like so. And Gongsun Zan tins up the vanguard crossbows, and then we'll get rid of these crossbows. Getting a little bit close there, not ideal. Just fine though. Man, I love this army. I love this army. The trebuchets are important, right? And we can totally protect them against peer level forces, right? Against like single stacks. Because, well, obviously, if we could stop the cav from getting into the front and then get them into disarray, then what's gonna get to the treb, right? Like, what's gonna get there? Ain't nothing getting there. Hey, Orange Froggy. We've been working on making a game? Very cool. You're a card disguised as a cat? Huh. Driving on the wrong side of the highway while dodging cars and guns. Fun. I played a game once where somebody that was disguised as a cat disguised themselves as a car sometimes, a little bus, and you would ride around in them. This game is called Persona 5. It's famous. You probably already knew what I was going to say before I started talking about it. Nice easy win, indeed. Super clean. Those duels, you know, having super high damage guys with Zeal plus Wisdom of the River, you can really get it done just right immediately, right? Super, super good. And, you know, right now we've got... I mean, Yuan Shao is torched, right? He's over. He is so done. He is, you know, he's obsolete. We just haven't defeated him entirely yet. But, like, he is so screwed in this war. Like, it's hard times. Hard times everywhere for Yuan Shao. If people don't know why I say that, there's this folk song called Hard Times Cotton Mill Girls. It's a real good one. But, I mean, it's a sensible enough phrase even without knowing the reference. And then we just keep on chasing them down, right? Because if we... I think they're on a retreat here, but, you know, you want to send a message, and that message is, get off my lawn. Yeah, Froggy, that sounds very interesting. Because, like, driving on the wrong side of the highway, I like all that too, because a cat would definitely not want to obey the rules of the road. There's the line in a great Bo Burnham song, obeying all the traffic laws in Grand Theft Auto 5, which is just like a funny thing. And of course the trebs pay off huge. We might just go to 4 trebs and drop the crossbows. It would be more expensive. Long term, I could see even moving to like 6 trebuchets for this army. Just 6 trebs and 12 you know, White Horse Fellows if we could afford it. That would be so very classy. But it's like, you know, they only kill everything. One of them's level 9 and one of them's level 3. That's right, we only moved to the second one after some time. It was just a single treb early. Man, we had some super good early battles. We defended Bohai against like a smaller little stack, just like with this little garrison against Yanshang and some others. Yanshang, who's no longer with us. He got the chop. He never should have messed with us here. And then we won some good engagements over here. We're going to still... We're going to hope that they come out again at night at us and fight. Because they have walls and it hasn't given us the victory yet. And after like one turn, we'll still have some military supplies. So I think we should be able to starve him out. And we're not worried about him bringing another army. Gongsun Zan, we're just going to assume that he can't do it. I love this faction. It's so good. Yeah, Luke, long ago you had asked, you know, what I thought the best beginner faction might be and such, and you had talked about this one too, which I hadn't played yet. And I think it's probably this one, especially on a lower difficulty. I think this is just a very solid faction. And here, you know, we're gonna have to fight stealth bandits. That's not so bad. For one thing, it'll allow us to stabilize Imperial favor very easily. It's not bad right now, right? It's at 75. You know, we currently have the Imperial aid to the military, so the economy's not as good as it looks. And increased replenishment from the Sun Tzu event. So that's not as good as it looks either. Does he get away? Nope. He does not get away, and we are able to roll him up on the retreat. Let's see if we get any captures. Do we get any? Give me a halberd. Hey. Ah, man. Well, it could have been. We just get like a dude, an eavesdropper, you know. Ain't no eaves in back end. And here we go. Here's our fatigue lower. It's 5% every 5 seconds. So functionally gives you a fatigue immune for your blocks wherever you're around. And we just need to keep on going. We're going to build this lodge here on the grounds that we're never going to lose this land again. Now, Zhongyang is immediately going to be an issue. We have a non-aggression pact due to feeling overwhelmed in the early turns and forgetting that I was supposed to be role-playing. We're doing it now, though, you know. Now, now that everything's fine. Six tribes are not to defend them. But I'll have 12 cavalry plus these 2 generals to defend them, see? Zhongyang and Gongsun Zan were allies anyway. Okay, yeah. Because, that's right, because he's a bandit, but Gongsun Zan's thing was like the different tribes and stuff, the non-Han peoples of the area. Whereas even a nice black bandit, especially one that's fighting Yuan Shao, there's no reason for us to immediately fight him anyway. And if historically we got along, well, that's very nice. We are trending low, I guess because of war atrocities to their friends? Who you friends with, bro? Gongsun Du? Maybe. Right, that's what I meant to say. Like, Gongsun Zan wasn't, like, trying to fight every Han dude around. His real Jones was for the people that he thought was, like, the different tribal things. From memory. Probably just because you told me that in the past. And then... the artist formerly known as Liu Chong has been brought into this war. And Liu Dai has as well. Yuan Shao, you sack of wine. How dare you have been able to get allies after all this? And Liu Bei... we're old friends, so we're gonna get a non-aggression pact with him. He might break it anyway. But we're friends. He shouldn't be doing that. Alright, we could get a rebellion here. I don't think it's worth it, right? We don't need to worry about his satisfaction. Oh! And, oh, look, you would have been so proud of me. Gongsun Kong, we made him a spy because we knew that Gongsun Du was coming to fight our small stack here, and then he came in, and then we, like, pulled him out of it. Very uncool, but not out of character from Deuteronomy. Yeah. You know, but... we'll just deal with the future whenever it happens, right? I'm like, let's scout a bit here, right? Yeah, because we don't need... it's just a little bit of HP on her, so we can go ahead and march up. We'll stay in our land. Just for the supplies. So they won't be able to move in on us, and from here we'll be able to threaten there. And even if they move an army there, it probably won't be their best one because it won't have had time to spool up yet, right? And this garrison is still... Okay, they just added another building, so that's why that one's adding on. But we'll see how that works out for them. I'm going to bet not perfect. But we can upgrade the garrison in Pen 1. And that's just fine. That'll give us our Imperial units here whenever that clicks on. Reasoning that they might swing down that way, and then it might take a turn or two, but that'll let us have quite a stiffened garrison. We did that here a couple turns before. That was very useful. Oh, it has bastions. Oof. If it has the retinue, it has the garrison, which means bastions. At level 4. Well, at least we've got trebuchets. And we're going to continue. We have one more turn before we go, like, upside down, so we take attrition. So we're going to make them take a little bit more attrition. Alright, and now we're trending positive. Of course, he doesn't want a coalition. That is okay. Alright, next turn we need to talk to him about food. Alright, we can get +1 tower and the level 4 horse building, which seems fine. Because that's like a little bit of prestige there, and 2 towers, you know, they don't name the book that for nothing. Like, it's actually quite nice. He's probably going to spend his whole life going on filial and corrupt assignments. That's okay. We already gave his beat stick to this guy over here. Oh yeah, I guess we could just run up and knock down the wall, huh? Or not the wall. I think it works like a special gold mace, but I haven't actually used it as such yet. Under recruited himself while being under siege because the AI doesn't cheat dispense rules, right? Ho ho ho! The artist formerly known as Liu Chong has fallen again, and now Yang Boilon has got it. Oh, a new heir is taken over, and this is the regent. Let's see if Liu Chong's child ever gets there, right? And they hurt some buildings. And we get that and that and that. I'm like, please work. It's not gonna work. Okay, well, in that case, we actually have to go in, don't we? That's rough. Well, hopefully it'll be fine, right? Let's see how it goes.
为了天下苍生，一统天下。势可屈，然不可折。大智不可
Well,
摧。
I was hoping this was gonna go differently. I guess we can just like leave.
人如草木，有荣必有枯。不要输了夏日酷热的考验。
All right, how could we even do this?
在，准备开战，准备好了。做好准备，天势准备。挺住，快速前进。
Oh, this tower's damaged. Well, that's good, you know. Well, at least we chose a side where a tower was damaged. And then we'll just try to bust in the wall, right?
请进，准备好冲锋了吗？注意，
We've got something for that.
鼓起勇气。准备就绪，时机一致。注意，鼓起勇气，惩治敌军，准备开战。顽强不屈，为了大业。挺住，在，
Okay.
时机已至。
One more time with feeling.
准备开战。
Let's imagine that you guys understand what I'm telling you to do. Just for a moment. Let's just imagine it.
顽强不屈。
Alright. Hit the gate. Does it work? Oh yeah. Well, you know, we might be gate bugged now. We'll see.
正在遭受攻击，做好准备。进攻，准备开战。
I think we're just gate bugged, and yeah, so that's not good, but maybe we'll lose for that reason, and then we'll complain about it and act like that's why we lost.
顽强不屈，听命，在，片甲不留，准备好了。
Because when they charge in on us, that's when it's going to get bad, and now we have to just...
进战，快跑，
Man, it's so rough.
使劲杀，
I think it'll be fine. We got the charge resist thing, it won't be fine. Oh my god.
时机已至。
Oh man. The Vanguard dies. I wouldn't have had him in there if it let me run. I wouldn't have.
跑起来，杀光敌军，鼓起勇气。加快速度，加快，攻击敌军，杀！
And we just charge in there against him. Maybe this Binding Fury will hit. We might still win, right? We might.
做好准备，骑兵在此，
If we just act very carelessly.
尽情厮杀。
Oh, it still hasn't given me control of him. Okay, there we go. Now we've got control of him. Because if he wants to sit here and let me hit him with a mace, he'll just die, like, really quick.
胜利近在咫尺。
One more hit, and then he should be running for the hills. Alright, I think we'll be okay. I no longer feel like we're going to lose. Although, you know, that was really rude of them to gate bug me in a time like this.
顽强不屈，加快脚步，准备就绪。
But we'll just beat down here, and then hopefully get inside, or lose all of our guys to towers while this dude gets crumbled. Oh my god.
君士卒仓皇逃命，真乃丧家之犬。做好准备，
You know, I don't know what I expected.
时机已至。
Oh god.
准备好了，
You know, maybe he'll just win, right?
准备开战。骑兵，挑马。
Like, why am I just getting shot by the towers, though? I'm so bad. But, you know, all you have to do is make me unable to use my guys properly for a while, like 4 seconds, and I'll just freak out, right? I'll just freak out. I guess, like, can he climb the wall? No, he's back on his horse. Well, that's good, unless it isn't. What is good is that all of their other guys are falling back to the city center, and we still have, like, some hit points on our guys. And he's got, you know, three morale, so that's good. Terrible. I mean, if the gate didn't bug, it would have been totally fine. It just freaked me out really bad, and that kind of ruined the whole flow. It freaked me out really bad. I saw the whole campaign flash before my eyes. I mean, it would have been fine. It just would have set us back like 6 years. Maybe just 3. We already lost like an entire like 6, 7 seasons because of one pirate raid. So it's like, it's going okay, but it's not going well. We're already really behind where I would like to be.
Ha！敌军士兵正在溃逃。准备就绪，赶快赶快！冲啊！时机已至，加快速度，挺住，速速前进！杀光敌军，鼓起勇气！准备就绪，马军准备。 跑起来！快跑！快！动作快点！加快脚步！赶快！加速前进！时机已至，前进！注意，做好准备！骑兵就绪！时机已至，骑兵听令！冲啊！等候指令！
Alright. Now, finally, I can feel fine. Pirate raid, did the faction council event actually work? Yeah, it was just like a level 2 port, because I didn't think about the pirate raids, and the looters showed up and took it. It was on the other side of everything, and I had to go back and retake it, and, yeah. It really messed me up. Yeah, there's been some wild stuff this campaign. A wall fell on Zhao Yun in a previous siege. We had already got a breach on one side, and we were fighting on the inside and stuff, and, you know, like, pushed them around, and then I still had catapults shooting at, like, this other wall side I totally forgot about, and then the wall just fell down on him and, like, popped a full HP Zhao Yun. And there we go. Look, if it hadn't gate bugged, it would have been fine. It still was fine, you know. We took a shoestring force and threw away a third of it, and then still came out on top. Feels good. I mean, feels fine. Good's going a little far. And Gongsun Zan falls in battle, and I reach the rank of Marquis. Second marquee. First marquee. Regular marquee. We already got the other one. Yeah, regular marquee. We've been pushing prestige because I always slack on that. All right, so even with our special administrators, we're running out of admin slots, and we're going to want them. Yeah, because we got to second marquee in 192. You know, we were moving quick, and then some prestige setbacks, but getting to marquee before 200 is, like, in my opinion, an okay pace to be on. Especially for me, who's not very good. And then we will build the prestige building. No, we will build the money building first. They both build in one day. And since we just hit the prestige breakpoint, we can chill on those just for a second. Well, not overall. We need them in all of the places, right? That's, when we get them in all the places can depend. This is, like, the salt mine. I feel like we're going to be losing that repeatedly, but with Kongrong as the neighbor over here, it's a little out of the way for them, and it can be defended by whatever force will be defending here. Maybe unlike Bohai, because I feel like we're going to want to be able to stop people from coming up the coastline eventually. Alright, and then we just hang out here for a second, and they'll heal up. They're not going to be able to come and hit us before we get put back together, I don't think. And we get a very nice setup here. We got our mail post already. This Drifter Workplace Camp we'll just demo, though. Alright, it says she's a thief, but you know what that means. You're watching my show, so I assume you do. It means we gotta go all the way over there to get Poison Volley, but we will do it. She is superstitious, pacifist. Pacifist is bad, but it's not, like, super devastating, as you have ways to get around it eventually. And maybe it'll let us, well, even if it does let us respec her, it'll only be, like, to get rid of that. No, we'll probably do it anyway. Gotta get to level 7 for it. I mean, yeah, but since we're running, like, a double champion stack over here just to, like, have dudes. All right. They have 2 Bastion artillery. What does that mean? It means that we are going to probably get hurt a lot while we're trying to deal with these problems. It does not mean that we're going to put ourselves into a position where all of our trebs get popped by them. If we lose 200 horsemen instead, then that'll be what we do instead. Because we just got to be able to crack a hole in the wall and get in. Once we get in, there's nothing here that stops us, right? Gongsun Zan and Zhao Yun can kill this whole garrison, but we need to be able to get in. So, where's a spot without bastion artillery? It's probably not going to be a totally free one. Looks like they get like a 2 spot on each of them. Now, if we're totally centered, would they be able to hit us, though? These are questions. Like, sure, if we're centered over their thing. But, like, what if we're, like, right here? Very good map for defending. Yeah, for sure. But we can also... So we can just, like, have our crossbows here, right? And if what they do is sit here and, you know, eat shots from the bastions, then that's okay. Alright, and it does look like we're going to be able to crack the wall without worrying about the bastion. We're just going to sit here in our loose formation and eat the arrows, just so we don't get murdered on the way in. You know, is this a nice way to treat your crossbowmen? No. Is it what we're doing? Yeah, it's what we're doing. At least we got a little bit of trees there. That'll help. I think it's fine, right? This is totally fine. This is probably what you're supposed to do. Because the crossbowmen have, like, enough morale to eat some of the shots. And the single trebuchet I don't actually think is very good for it, because... Okay, so it does 6k listed damage, right? So that compresses all of the trebuchet damage, plus about 20%, into one single trebuchet, but with the same amount of ammo, right? So all you need to do is present targets with small model counts, and that'll help with the bastion artillery considerably. What acts of bad guyness have you engaged in thus far? Oh, we've executed our enemies. We haven't really had the opportunity for that much bad guy stuff so far. It's like, we made peace with Yuan Shao once for money, because I wanted to go fight Liu Yu, and yeah, alright, so yeah, this is how to deal with bastion artillery. You just gotta have some infantry in loose formation. Maybe they'll run, but that's definitely what you have to do. Which, Operation Human Shield is a great success, and these crossbowmen are paying for themselves. Because, like, look, those trebuchets would have deleted probably like 4 or 5 units of trebs. Every time they hit one, it just kills like an entire trebuchet. But now, we're fine. Good, good, good. Look at me learning how to play. One of the champions we have is brilliant. Isn't that cool? But, yeah, we, everyone in the court's been basically happy, with all these admin spots and stuff. But yeah, it's, we're sort of waiting for anyone else to wrong us. I guess the biggest act of bad guyness now is not accepting Yuan Shao's peace deal, but that's not really bad. Like, look, he didn't deserve to have a peace deal. Right? Like, he was playing.
我军已击垮敌城墙，向前进攻。
Alright, and we managed to burn down those two, which will make it very good for the approach. And we even get a couple of the towers on that side. Beautiful stuff. Alright. I'm so proud of me for figuring out how to deal with Bastion artillery. But no, honestly, whenever I was playing the early game, I forgot I was supposed to be being a bad guy. And then I totally, like, walked into the event where Yuan Shao was like, you should fight this guy. I'm like, yeah, I mean, I guess we could do that. And then, you know, he betrayed me. He was just using me to make other people scared. And I've been fighting Zheng He ever since. Hit him with a roar. Man, I love this army. And now we have figured out how to neutralize Bastion artillery, and it feels so good because that's going to really open up our potential for punishing the foe. And by the foe, I mean everyone. Everyone. Gongsun Zan comes in, they do the old 1-2 punch there. No, this faction's amazing. White Horse Raiders are just so good. Because Chunk Marauders are great, right? You got the fatigue immunity, which is just amazing. It really is. But these guys, with their really quite good physical evasion already out of the top, right? Like, that, and just really good morale. You can do stuff like get a breach in a wall and just run in. Sure, you got to travel with the trebuchet. This army doesn't work without a trebuchet. But, and then the special administrator positions, that's so good. It's so good to start with 5 of them out of the jump, like, and they're pretty cool effects too. And the prestige building ain't bad. Gives you a bunch of stuff that you would want. Discounts on the White Horse. And you get the discounts on the best units too, you know, so can't argue with that. We're just trying to run here a little bit to flank them, or to get those land scab. That's even better. Hit him with a roar there. And they'll be army lossing very soon. Maybe like right now. Yeah, they're already toast right now. Come on, who's still fighting? Ain't none of them still fighting. There we go. Clean. Yeah, I would say I prefer them. Because they're not horse archers, right? What they are is horse archers that are also very solid melee cavalry. Not shot cavalry, but melee cavalry, right? And the effect of that is, with their huge morale, that in the early game, they can dominate melee cavalry, or at least fight them in a charge, and when you combine them with any hero with, like, you know, because Gongsun Zan starts with a roar, or Flames of the Phoenix, you can just obliterate a melee militia cavalry blob, and shot cav lose 1-to-1 just to their arrows, and then you're all left over. And, yeah, I love them. Yeah, shot cav rebels, yeah. And I guess I just... And two, it's like... They just have such high morale, but I guess a lot of that is higher because of their level and stuff. I'm like, 54, no, it's just like mid-30s at the start. But, you know, 50 melee evasion's just so good. Because especially there, like, then if they get into a stand-up fight with any cavalry in the early game, they're fine once the charge is gone, and that's cool too. If you get, like, charge negate in the retinue, which we totally have from Zhao Yun, right? So if they're just sitting still, they're going to get a charge negate against cavalry anyway, and then they have superior evasive stats to anything except, like, Cao Cao's stuff in the early game. It's really nice. But I guess, like, the Cheong Hunters punish you more for bad play, like forgetting about them for 30 seconds, whereas the White Horse Fellows are much more forgiving, and that's important to me, because I need I need the window there. Alright, so here we could build military government? Yeah. And we'll just get the thief to administering, or rather to assigning. Alright, so we could keep this building for a little bit just because it gives us bastion artillery, and that would be a huge headache for Yuan Shao, and then we can move it over later. Hene. Well, well, well. Looks like that's where you're spending all your money. That's gonna be a little plum in the pudding for me, isn't it? That's gonna be a real feather in the cap. It's gonna be a real horsehair on the tip of your hat. It's gonna be good stuff. Look at him smiling there. Look how happy he is. Things are great. Titles are in order. Zhao, the farmer, the agricultural inspector. We'll give the title to Han Tong, because he's brilliant. Also humble. So, like, look at this guy. Have you ever seen, Luke, a better set of traits on a dude that you just met? Like, we recruited him, right? And, like, look, agile, brilliant, and humble. No desire for higher office. Brilliant and agile, so good. Yeah, he left Yuan Shao's faction, or he joined up with us. I forget how we got him exactly, but we might have got him in a battle. That would make sense. But yeah, just like, that's awesome, right? And he's so young too. He's gonna be the future of our house, ish. We should give him a title. What should it be? This stands his ground. Yeah, because they went in and got it done. I don't know. Maybe we'll do it later. We'll do it later. We'll remember that these guys deserve stuff because it's expensive, right? I don't have very much money. I'm like, we don't need to give him a title right away. We'll remember. We'll remember what a good job he did.
勇夺荣耀。
The Emperor is still, like, pretty totally fine with this-ish. And that's all we need. You starting the north, you like to personally own all land north of the Yellow River? Yeah, I was thinking that that would be nice. After all, why shouldn't I keep it? I know what all of these lands are, and I like them.
廉洁奉公，忍受苦难。
Alright. Awesome. Perfect and indeed good. We get a looter stack here.
为天下
That's not okay. We're fine though. The supplies evened out, and we got there, so we'll be able to pop them. We want to make them come to us though, right? Because no, these are yellow turbans. That's okay. Because looters are interpreted by the Han Emperor as being Han. So if you fight them, you lose Imperial favor, which is a nightmare. And honestly should be considered a bug. But I do have a bug fix mod, so maybe it doesn't do that anymore. I didn't look at everything it does. It did. Alright, so what do we have here? We have Shua Jiji. Jia. Man, I'm not even going to try to say that name. Jua Jia. Maybe. Anyway, I'm never going to say it right. Peifei and Chonganying. And they have Shognu Cataphracts. What? Where did you come from? I guess those are the other of the cavalry. Yeah, okay, they, I didn't even know they could get them at these low levels. Maybe they're not low levels. I know they had those, but alright, well, you know, heavily armored. They got some shields. We'll be fine. They don't have that crazy of a charge bonus. We'll be fine. Alright, do we go to, like, here and then ambush? No, because she is going to go towards Pinwan. If we don't threaten here. We'll just stay in our land right here. She'll probably just stay there. If somebody else comes, we'll pop both of them. We're going to eat the favor loss, but if she wants to fight us, I can't imagine she will. But she might, because the garrison here would reinforce, and she would think that that would be smart. So she might. There is more important, I think. And here, we'll just walk outside of the settlement so that we still get our replenishment. This army can definitely beat this army in the field. They don't have very many shields or anything. It is yellow turbans, which is a nightmare. But, you know, we're gonna... Because in March here, I guess they're just gonna come up and fight us there. Man, where did they come from, even? I don't know. Maybe they came off the water? And while Gongsun Gong is technically... Because he's the heir, so at this point, vassalizing him wouldn't be wrong. But it would be wrong to leave this land not under my control whenever it's such a tidy corner of the map. I'm not at war with him. I'm not at war with them. Because we haven't had a single rebellion or whatever, I guess. Awesome.
打起精神来！
Just a little bit shy of getting in there. That's okay, though. Evasion, potential turncoat. Of course, he hasn't been happy there for quite some time. Tribal exile. That's the one that starts with it, isn't it? B. Shiyun, who probably doesn't exist anymore, and that was a whole year ago. They're not a spy, right? And we'll make her the Grand Director. Good, good, good. Ha ha ha, yeah. Alright, so they're disloyal. That's not great, but we've already given them a good job, so that's fine. They'll stay happy, right? They've got like a minister position. They'll be fine. At like level 8, they might want a better job. We can feed them promises. Be able to reroll to... Oh, yeah, that's right, yeah.
欲平天下，必须。大人，有何吩咐？
Alright, so the young daring infantry were fine, right? They were, but...
大人召我，荣幸之至，参见大人。
Alright, we can't fit her into the army yet. Whoops-a-daisy. Well, we can still beat them in the fight here. Anyway, we're going to move her out there next turn. No delays. The rash judge gets stability, though, and that will counteract the reckless nature that he has to make him better at administering. Of course, we have the local admin to counteract his already problem. When I saw a rash judge, I was like, he should work for me. That's a guy that should definitely work for me. Oh yes, the council. Can make the wife the grand tutor.
新芽结花，五谷丰登，百姓可无忧也。
I always forget that leveling up the council also gets you those things. Alright, Kong Rong wants military access. Do we want to give that to him? I mean, King Kong's a good friend, right? And you wouldn't have to worry about him traipsing on our lands. What would he even want it for, right? This is just like a way of saying we're better friends. Yeah. And we may well need to walk over his lands to fight somebody else. It's like he's not even gonna... So they're not related, I just sort of thought they were. That's right, you've told me that they're no relation, yeah. That's the one who declares himself king of Yuan and then gets obliterated. Yeah, in this timeline, he was the one who... Filial and Corrupt unrolled, yeah. It's alright. For one turn, it'll be a little lower, but they'll go up soon. You just don't want to do too many Filial and Incorrupts, or Villainous and Incorrupt, Villainous and Corrupt at the same time, right? Because if they all fall off at once, I had this happen in the last campaign. I lost like 4 dudes. The guys who were doing the assignments. The game tells you that they are, but it's wrong. Oh, okay. I was like, I swore that I read it in the early little description of the stuff. All right, so alright, how can we do this? I'm like, no. Alright, that wasn't what to do. I was like, if we bring him in, he can attack it, and then we can reinforce, but that's not what's happening. Looks like they're just gonna get in a little bit. That's alright. It's not the end of the world. Not the beginning of the world, just is. And we lose a ton of money. Oh, the salaries. The salaries. And here, so we could get knight fire arrows for his retinue. I think actually mighty knockback is more important. So we already have some fire arrows there, right? Oh, the Emperor's grace that made us all of our guys cheaper. That's what it was. It wasn't anything other than that. So these fools are just bouncing around. I don't think they even will declare war on you, right? Bye, Jin. Gongsun's a very common surname. It relatively means grandson of Duke. I see. Because the clan names can be more specific or less, right? Like, although Liu you expect to be, like, at least sort of distantly related to the Han, right? Like, the Han ruling family, like, at some point, I think. Because of old Liu Bong at the beginning of it all. So, like, even if they're not, even, you know, like, fourth cousins, like, you know, Liu Biao didn't, like, really know Liu Bei, right? But he was like, yeah, you can sit down. Oh, what's that one story of them having dinner? It always made me laugh. Liu Bei, like, gets up to go to the restroom or something, and he gets, like, really upset. He gets, like, tears in his eyes. And Liu Bao's like, dude, what's going on? And he's like, oh, my thighs are so fat. I used to ride a horse all the time. And now I'm too chubby. I never got to achieve my dreams. And Liu Bao's like, oh, that's so sad, man. Maybe one day you can take over the world. Now that I'm telling the story, it may not have happened. Military access with Liu Bei. So he's in the coalition to bring balance, which has a ton of people in it. Pretty obnoxious. But if we allow military access, that'll make him more or less likely to attack us. Because if he likes us, he's not just going to attack us because of the coalition, not just like overnight, right? Yeah. You know, he's an honorable guy. Some people say that he's ambitious, but Liu Bei was an honorable man. We gain a scholar. This yellow turban runs around listlessly. These guys still don't have military supplies. We have to hole up here for the winter and get them. We are broke. We need to shave some of this army down. It'll be from this army. All right, so that was a little wasteful. That was a lot wasteful. All right. You know, Sometimes you can throw your money away, right? Fortunately, she does not get very far away here.
讨伐敌军。
And we've got a beautiful open map. And then we'll be able to run her down, definitely with the help of the other champion, maybe pretty efficiently, and still get into motion towards our other objectives. Indeed, Luke. Doesn't it just warm the heart? Where are your shields at, you would wonder? Oh, they don't have them. I'm like, okay, they're further back than I thought. We do want the towers forward. Yeah, because these archer militia are already trying to run, so if we hit a flaming shot in the middle of them, I think we'll just crunch one block, crunch the next block there. And continuing the theme of giving them absolutely no respect, we're just going to charge right in. Gorgeous. Just gorgeous. And you escort them off, and you do not escort them off because they're shattered. Somebody want to brawl? No, nobody wants to brawl with the light in the dark. Surprising. Oh, now they will. You think you're gonna win? Oh, they have their ability for evasion. Well, I'm gonna run up and counteract it. Also, it doesn't last forever, and neither one of them can kill me in 15 seconds, and then that'll sort of deal with that, won't it? Because, like, oh yeah, it's already over. She's gonna show up. It's gonna be a bit of a foregone conclusion. Yeah, she's gonna be like, "Don't worry, honey, I'll save you," and they're both fine, leaving them to wonder who she was talking to. But you can often, like, if you catch them using an ability, they'll think that they're stronger than they are. They're really, you know, they're really on their own sauce. And before long, they've challenged Gongsun Zan and Zhao Yun to duels. You know, they are trying out for a spot in the faction, I assume, whenever somebody does that. And I do look upon it well, you know. And now it's just the mop up. Brutal stuff. But that is why you're not supposed to declare war on your neighbors, right? Something bad could happen to you. That's not why. It's bad because military belligerence is a negative thing. You know, and, you know, think of the catastrophic loss of human life. But also because you're going to lose because Gongsun Zan doesn't drop fights. Only auto-resolves and to pirates. But he doesn't lose. Yeah, in the game auto-resolve, I guess they just think that I'm gonna let them walk their stuff up and charge my trebuchets, but like, I've got a front line, it's just made out of cavalry. You burnt. Perfect. Alright, and they're able to catch up there on the retreat, delegate it off. Make a ton of money, and then we will continue on moving in that direction. He gets to level 3, good for him. And the money there comes in very handy indeed. She gets a slightly better axe and slightly better armor. You know, this game is what made you want to do the gyrocopter doom stack. Nice. Where you just played with the horse archers and thinking, why shouldn't I do it? Because for all of my time with building a sort of balanced-ish army with Malachi, I did think, man, if it was just Gotrek and Felix on the ground, we wouldn't even have to worry about anything else on the ground. I just love the artillery, though. You know me, I love my trebuchets. Alright, so he has broken a non-aggression pact. We're going to expect him to attack us soon. We will say that selfishness is the trait. This is to make Tribal Exile Lady love us better. I guess he didn't like me executing the people, but yeah. Certainly does make this easy. Oh, right, because I think... No, we'll just go across the top here. No, the bottom's better. Because even if he moves in there, he's just delayed. But from there, we can go to there in a turn. Well, if we can get him to... If we can fight an army here, that'll be better than there. And I guess we could just cede this land a bit, but... Oh, yes. Oh, we need money to retrain. Yeah, she's got the good one. That's right. We need it on... Yeah, because our industry is more than the peasantry right now. If we drop... Yeah, we drop more from going there. Because I think agri-economy would actually... Might lose us money, but maybe it wouldn't. Pop growth, okay. That's just that. That'll help us build a bunch of stuff up here. No, not up here. Up here. Right where we want. Never mind that we can't afford it. Alright. And it actually does put us a little bit of money. Yeah. Okay, because it's 200%, so it doesn't just... It adds 200% more to each of the... Of course. Okay, you know, I gotta think about where the math is happening, right? It's not taking the end result and doing it, it's adding it to the things there, you know, so... Which might have the same effect. But it's, you know, it took our, it was what, like 1,800 peasantry income, so it slightly more than doubled it, even though it added 200%? Whatever. And now we've got enough military supplies to move forward here, and then next turn we will go in there. Oh, we can get there right now. Then we'll go there right now. It wouldn't give you the economy focus if a major economy worse. Okay. Alright, and then here, he just has this last one left. We have poison volley. We're gonna go in here, get our stuff, and then, you know, after a couple replenishments, there won't be anything for him to do, but lay down the sword and admit that I was right all along. All along.
请进，朋友。
那就快点吧。这是你我友谊的象征。
He'll give us a little bit of money, and that might convince him to not fight us for a little bit longer.
又是你这厮。
Like, why am I at war with you? I don't even know who you are.
又是你。
This coalition's so big, though, so it's like, you know, at least Yuan Shao, we got him locked at second marquee, so that's pretty good.
向前进，回家的感觉真不错。
廉洁奉公，忍受。
Want to call me? This much you know you the minor faction started. It's just like some of them I know, but not all of them. time is it? Ah, yikes. Well, it is about that time. And the looters appear on the water there. I see them. But at the higher level of the port in the past, the auto-resolve let us win. Whoop, not here. Wow, they're gonna beat me again, aren't they? Rough stuff. Let's see how we can do. Oh, I forgot to put oil down. Whoops. I don't know if Caltrops works, but I'm willing to see. Alright, we got them split in a weird way. That's good. Oh, those guys were trying to support the wrong way out. Well, this is a weaker place, but it looks like they're going the other way, so that's good. Look, if they're just going to sit here, then I'm going to sit here too. It's the bug fucks mod that gives them the ability to spawn over here. They were always supposed to, but they only actually spawn on the others. Ah, well, you know. Good for them. What a mod, you know. It really makes the difference, huh? It's like, the problem is just like, what's going to happen when these G-militias start losing some life? But maybe they won't for a while, right? Like, it's a bit of a wet noodle contest here. And yeah, because as soon as some of their caps start running, well, now our militia are going to run. We need to back them out and get somebody else in the front. Because if they don't rout, then we can stabilize them, and then that'll be good, right? Yes. Alright, they do rout, however. Oh well. Which, of course, makes these G-militia totally in a bad spot. And we're about to chain route, because that's how the game works. It's so rough. Yeah, like, I mean, why when we tell them to leave are they now running away? It makes me so mad. Anyway, we're gonna lose. We're gonna lose. The looters are too good, man. It makes me just sick. This is another full year we're losing. Another full year. Terrible.
敌方士兵正在溃逃。向前进军，准备开战，挺住，攻击敌军，准备就绪。
Just fishing port. Yeah, but if you don't take it, then you have, like, public order problems forever. And you invite other people to come and take your land. I consider losing anything a total disaster. But maybe we're stabilizing here.
看，敌军逃跑了。
Maybe. At least we fought in front of the towers, so... I mean, maybe. Maybe it'll work out. Because if their infantry comes in here, we're actually going to be able to pincer them pretty nicely. And it looks like everything on this side isn't working, so yeah, we're fine now. I don't know why I was getting so gloomy and doomy about it. We're totally cool. This dude's running, and we're going to have fresh spears to go over here. And I think we're actually just winning right now because they're about to mass rout. Yeah, alright. Well, you know me. I'm a real gloomy and doomy guy. But hey, we take care of the looters. But if they keep on spawning with better and better stacks, that's pretty rough. I mean, it could have been worse. Oh my goodness, the archers. Oh wow, okay. Maybe we're throwing. Nah, we'll probably be fine. I think the towers will be fine if they're trying to go around to avoid the caltrops, yeah. No, we're fine. Reports of my throw were greatly exaggerated by me. Because they're like going... like where? They're like... I don't even know if we want to do this looter thing anymore, right? Yeah, there we go. Boom! Amazing! Look, I did it! I did it! Hooray! It was a heroic victory, and I agree. I forgot to put an oil puddle down. But we actually end up pretty okay. Alright, and I did learn something. Don't try to run a unit out of battle that they're losing. They'll just lose harder. Which I know. I thought because they had other units around them supporting that retreating a little bit wouldn't be interpreted as we should run away forever. But... And the looters have declared war on the Yellow Turban Rebellion. So I guess they're gonna, like, go and fight this stack here, so that's good. It's because they get the attack in the rear morale hit when they're backing off. Got it. And you can't just be like, now back up slowly. And here, although I'm not worried about the fight at all, I think we'll do it manually just to avoid some casualties, because I think this is Yuan Shao's last place, so he very well might just, like, show up with the whole army, though, and we don't want that. If it had higher morale when they talk about, you agree? Yeah. And I was thinking, too, like, if we can get them to leave right now and stabilize a little bit, then they won't flee, and then they won't, you know, have the I've run this many times, now I'm going to shatter type of thing was my idea. Of course, it didn't work, but that's just because it was my idea. And he clearly cannot pay for anything anymore. We're just going to stand here and threaten them. No, we'll go to ambush and threaten them. They scale with turn number. I see. I thought they might have scaled with, like, my faction level, but yeah, that's pretty rough. pretty rough. But of course, this is just a couple of ports, right? Yeah, because I've fought them with, like, level 8 dudes in charge. But yeah, and I guess, you know... if you had the higher building. But I mean, like, it's not the end of the world to just, like, leave a couple of heroes there. Because the heroes plus the garrison would definitely be able to deal with that, right? This stack's worse because it doesn't have spears. So, you know, like, what is Saber Militia gonna do, right? But... alright. Good, good, good. Excellent. And in all other ways acceptable. These looters, I mean, you know, they can't win this fight. There's no place that's an easier fight except for this salt mine that's super crummy and is never going to pay off. But anyway. There's the people we need to get another admin. We'll get all of that at a later date. The year is 200, and I am, like, on my way to being a duke, right? 99's not very far, not for us. It feels great. Like, am I going to be the first duchy? Maybe. Everyone I know is just like a second marquis. Or second marquise. Yeah. It's like, we're the only one who's doing well. I do wonder how Cao Cao is, and Sun Tzu, but, you know, I'm sure we'll find out before too long. But, anyway... unfortunately, the obligations of my life call rather than the obligations of China. But we'll get back to them eventually. I'll be coming up on some days off soon. You know, I guess there's, you know, the holiday or whatever. But to the best of my knowledge, I'm just staying at home. I don't think I'm going anywhere. But I'll be around, and perhaps I'll see you there. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. See you, Luke. And always good to hang out. Oh man, this is a great campaign. I could just play it over and over. The looters are a little annoying, but it's alright. The looters are a lot annoying, but it's alright. We'll work it out.